Hopefully, you guys jump in. And if my equipment is performing the way it should, you should be hearing me tell you welcome to my channel for the love of water tarot. My name is Chianti, and I want to do a collective read. I've been feeling inclined and drawn to do something for everyone, all signs, because as a lot of you know, I can literally read for anybody, any sign. And I don't know, this particular moment, it felt like I needed to do something catered to the collective. So if you get the notification and you jump in, once again, thank you for checking out my channel for the love of water tarot. My name is Chianti, and I am going to do a read for the collective, which is all signs, meaning that if you fall into this read, no matter what your sign is, I guarantee you something about this read is going to resonate. Now, keep in mind, everything won't resonate. It's general. Even if it was a Pisces or a Taurus or a Virgo, everything won't resonate for every single listener because it's not a private read. It is collective. It is general. But I definitely felt inclined to do something for the entire collective. Now, the thumbnail picture that you see when you click in with me holding those two cards, I meditated before I began the video. I used the deck of cards and I asked Spirit to give me a couple of messages for the collective to kind of give me an idea of what we're going to be talking about. And I pulled, hold on, I'm just jumping in the chat. Give me 1 second. Okay. Hey, May. Hey, Empress Tosh. What I pulled first was the Ace of Air, which is mental clarity or communication. It reads a breakthrough, decisive action, epiphany, and sudden truth. And I asked for one more just to get a little bit more information for us. And I got the Ace of Earth, which is manifest, a stable romance, new financial start, prosperity, rewards, and long-term security. To make it plain, this is the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles, guys. And this is what's going on with the collective energies. And what I feel like is strongly whatever we're getting ready to start discussing. I realized right before I turned the camera on that if it isn't a literal communication concerning, like if it's not literally an Ace of Swords, which is communication about an Ace of Pentacles, it's literally some sort of mental clarity, a breakthrough or something is very, very clear, where someone is seeing something very, very clear. But it is presenting an opportunity for an Ace of Pentacles one way or another, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and pull some cards and lay them down. And then I'm gonna pull the main spread, and then I'm going to start clarifying to get a little deeper to find out what everything is and what's all going on. You guys, if I get it right for you, take care of your girl with the like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you guys are interested in booking me for a private reading, I absolutely do offer them. Please email me at fortheloveofwatertarot@gmail.com. I do want to try to get back in the habit of doing Q&A sessions more often. We did one last night. I am going to do one again today if anyone is interested. I'm not expecting a bunch of people to jump in because I definitely did one last night and we got it in for like 4 hours. But I do want to get in the habit of doing it more often. And I am offering those same mini reads for private readings. If you're interested, the price is $25. Again, email me and we can discuss, okay? Let me go ahead and get these cards down for the collective. Hey, Matthew. Are you new here? Is it Sharon Matthew or is it Matthew Sharon? Is it last name first? Is your name Sharon? Because you have two first names. Okay. Give me 1 second here. Just bear with me, guys. Ooh, okay. One more. Leave me gasoline if you had the strength to walk My love would overrule my sins, and I call you back for more if I was your woman. All right. All right, let's get into it. The overall energy about what we're getting ready to discuss here is the world, right? This is the last of the major arcanas. So, however this is going to shake out, what's going on in the collective right now is definitely some sort of energy of some huge cycles ending. You guys know major arcanas are, it's 22 of them, but those are like major life events, right? And the world speaks to an ending. The world speaks to what, so it's like whatever situation was existing before the world is definitely telling me that that cycle has wrapped up in some way, shape, form, or fashion, okay? But the world is also about some cycles wrapping up, but keep in mind, it's the last of the major arcana because after the world, the fool's journey comes in. So there's a whole new beginning, right? A new journey. On a personal note, it's kind of hidden a little. If you guys, I noticed that my energy might be a little off. I lost my next door neighbor today. I called her auntie. That was my auntie. And over the years, her and I have got really close. We sat on the porch and had a lot of conversations. And her sister rang my doorbell right before, not long before I was going to start the video, and told me that she passed away today. So I just want to send a little shout out to her. I'm going to toast my girl tonight. I barely drink anymore, but I'm going to toast my girl tonight because she got her wings. And so just that world energy, it just made me think about that. And when I spoke on a fool's journey, she was an Aries. So it just made me think of her. I'm going to miss her. But I can at least have a little peace that she lived a long life. She did exactly what my grandmother suggests, which is she lived while she could and she died when she couldn't help it. And I think we all have a responsibility to do that. So rest in peace, Auntie. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. So the energy that's present right now with the collective. I'm sorry, let me say hi to a couple of y'all real quick. Okay. You could change it. You could change it. You have to go into your own personal YouTube settings, into your account, and you can change that name if you want to. MS. Okay? Hey, Ree. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Leslie. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate you. Hey, May. Hey, big dude. Hey, Blazed. Oh, you did. You sure did. Uh-huh. There you go. All right, Blazed bastard. Okay. So, the energy that's present right now with the collective is the Knight of Pentacles, right? I feel like there is a real focus right now. What I feel like what's collectively what's going on everyone's mind is the Knight of Pentacles. This is long term. This is about your long term security, your long term comfort. Right? This is about the things that you could rely on, the things that you could depend on, right? I'm like, you know, I don't know why I'm picking up energy of like, I'm worried about my retirement, my 401k, right? My career. How long am I going to be at this job? How long am I going to be able to do this, right? How long am I going to live in this house, right? Now, this is Earth energy. We could be discussing a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but I feel like bigger than anything, the energy that is present right now with the collective is about this. This is all about my long-term security, my future plans, right? Because nobody plans to be poor in the future, right? Nobody. I'm not planning on being broke in the future. I ain't planning on being broke in the future, right? Then that means you're hustling backwards if you're planning on being broke, right? So this is definitely an energy of looking forward. And again, it's giving very much long-term security energy here, right? Something about what are things gonna look like for me in the long run, right? Hey, Diamond. Now, I want to get a little deeper to find out what's really behind that, because that's what we're focused on. Now, let me see. Okay. Let me get a little clarification. And let's see why the Knight of Pentacles again. Again, it feels very, very clear. I almost feel like I don't need to clarify it because that's exactly what it is. But I'm going to do it anyway and see if I can get a little deeper. It's definitely about, like, again, how are things going to look for me long term, right? What is the shit that I can rely on? What is the shit I can depend on? What is the shit I can trust, right? Clarify this energy for me for the collective spirit for the Knight of Pentacles. Present. See? See? Be here now. But it says present. And I feel like this is like feeling like bloom. See? I feel like this is an energy where right now the collective is very much in the moment, right? It's something about, it's some kind of energy of looking at what's present right now, looking at who's present right now. You know what I'm saying? There's an energy of being very much in this moment. Like I said, it is looking towards the future, but it's something about in this particular moment right now. In this particular moment, in the present, right? And I'm picking up on this a couple of ways, right? You're an Aries dealing with a Leo. Oh, there's going to be something in here for you. Just let your girl warm up. Let your girl warm up. She cooks when she warms up. Right? There is an energy of that. There's an energy of being focused on, like I said, it's so funny that I said, like, it's the future, right? We're thinking about the future. Who's at my door? Might just be the male lady. Yeah, it's the male lady. Sorry, y'all. Okay, Kobe. Okay. All right. Hush. Okay. I'm dog. Okay, y'all know. I don't know if y'all know, but I got a dog a few months ago. My sister rehomed her dog, and I've happened to also get roped into dog sitting. So I'm here with 2 dogs. It's just me. So y'all, please bear with me, because my dog thinks the doorbell. He thinks that he's the second doorbell. The other dog doesn't, but she's pretty good. But she ran away. I was gonna go live earlier. I let him in the backyard. I don't even know how she got out of my yard. Just bear with me. When I mentioned the Knight of Pentacles with the energy being present, right? I said this was the present energy, right? But I said it was about the future. And what's so funny is what came out is present, right? And it's be here now. And underneath the deck is bloom, fresh start, renewal, and growth. And see, I feel like, yeah, there's a real energy right now of very much in the moment. I feel like that's that mental clarity. That is that mental clarity. That is that Ace of Swords. That is that mental clarity. There's a real energy of mental clarity right now. There's like, I feel like there's like eyes wide open energy. It's very much in the present, right? About what's here now. Like I said, what is currently in the present that has potential to blossom and bloom, and where there's growth and where there's things to renew, right? What can you do in the future based on what's present now? And there is some sort of energy, and it's not just about the stability. It's not just about the grounded energy, about the stability, your money, your coins, your jobs, your 401k, and all that shit. It's also about the people, right? The Knight of Pentacles is also the people you deal with, right? Who is present now? Who can you depend on now? If you needed a motherfucker, right? If you needed a motherfucker, who would be here right now, right? Who would show up? I'm picking up on this a couple of ways and let me know, y'all, if I'm making some sense. That's the energy in the present. This is what's happening in the collective. I feel like there's a real energy with blossom and bound under here. It's almost like what has potential to blossom and bloom. What has the potential to regenerate and regrow? And bound is what has the potential to keep you stuck, right? Stuck and stagnant, right? Or what's been keeping you stuck and stagnant, right? That's that mental clarity. That's that Ace of Air. It is some energy of communication, because some of y'all, I feel like this hasn't happened yet, but it's coming up very soon. You're going to get some sort of communication for you to show up somewhere. Like work or some shit. It's like it's being called into a meeting or something, be emailed, called to a meeting, maybe even a call for a job. But it's good. It's really good. It's an Ace of Swords. And it's something that's going to blossom and bloom for sure. I'm hearing like somebody getting that email, be here now. Can you get here now? Right? Can you be here now? But it is, like I said, also a little deeper than that. Because there is some sort of energy of eyes being wide open, being very aware of what the fuck you have now, what you want in the future, and like I said, even with people who is present right now, and even posing and it could be something going on right now that's posing this mental clarity to somebody, like as far as loyalty and reliability and dependability, it could be something going on that is showing someone exactly who is not present, right? Who will not present themselves, who is not present, right? That could have literally been, and somebody could have literally needed somebody and told somebody that they needed them to be here now. And it could be something about what's happening and gave somebody some mental clarity about where they stand. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I'm picking that up, okay? Hey, High Priestess Healing. How you doing, baby? I got a skincare routine. Never in my life had a skincare routine, but I have one. I do. It's not makeup. I do the eyebrows, and I might put a little color and gloss on the lip, but no makeup. But it is a skincare routine, and it is working. There's a real clarity about this. It is something about being like some of you, there is already things in the present that's going on here. Like I feel like most of you I'm talking to right now, as far as the Knight of Pentacles in the present, I don't feel like there's an energy where I'm not comfortable, right? And things aren't stable. But there's definitely an energy of being very aware of what's present right now. What is in the present? What is reality, right? What is actually real with mental clarity and what ain't, right? There's also an energy of decisive actions, epiphanies, and sudden truth and plans here too. Okay? And I do feel like in the present, there's a lot of consideration over shit that has the potential to bloom and potential that, things that have the potential to bloom. And then there's also an awareness of what's present now with things that are stuck and stagnant, right? Oh, yeah. Because for some of us, there's a real spark getting ready to come in. Picking up that strongly. Now, what's crossing this energy, which could be the problem, but sometimes the problem is not a problem. Sometimes when a card comes out as the problem, I know it's not. That is not the problem. The problem is actually implementing what needs to be done, right? Because we may be aware of something, but being aware and then going ahead and doing what we need to do could be two different things. The problem is this Chariot energy, Cancerian in the building. This is movement. This is moving forward, right? This is taking charge and making some fucking moves, right? And I do feel like I said, for some of us in the collective, it is physically moving, right? It is physically moving. Somebody could literally be getting the idea, like getting the picture, right? Yet it is time to make some sort of move, right? For sure. I'm even hearing opportunities presenting itself where, like I said, if there's something about like being summoned in some sort of way, not in a bad way, you know what I'm saying? The Chariot could be simply, the problem is making that move, right? Like, you know, let's say something comes in all of a sudden and you're being requested for something right now, right? And you're fucking busy, right? You're not able to, right? But this is some shit that you need to get to, right? Especially if it's this Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles energy. Hell yeah, the Chariot could just simply be the problem. It's just getting there, right? But for a lot of us, it's a little deeper. Because the Chariot is definitely an energy of being in control, right? Steering this ship, guiding it, and moving forward, right? And this is having control. And this is also like I said, it's successfully, it's victorious. But it's movement. So, I feel like there's a real energy right now in the collective of folks got their mind right. Now, again, this could be for several reasons. I've stated a few of them, right? It could be just the energy of thinking about the long term and being very aware. of like what's around you right now, what's present, what ain't present, what presents itself, what you can depend on, what you can rely on, like who will fucking show up for you and who won't, right? It could even be being aware of where you need to be, right? Yeah, this could be some of us just being in the moment with this Knight of Pentacles and present, like realizing where we need to be at and where we need to present ourselves and where we need to focus at is on this Knight of Pentacles, right? For sure. It's just, I feel like y'all understand what I'm saying. I'm trying to dig, but I feel like I'm getting it out. Hey, sissy, how you doing? It's just something. It's just that is the issue. Just moving this shit forward and taking control of the situation. And there's victory and success at hand if somebody can do it, right? If somebody does it. Let me go on here and clarify that. Let's go ahead and find out what this is about. What deck do I want to use? You know what? I left the deck over there. Wait a minute. Do I want which? I'm trying to debate. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab this deck. Give me 2 seconds. Tried to creep me. What? Sleepy. That's your kid's daddy. I ain't going to sit him on his way, put him up in that big caddy. I'm back. All right, let's clarify this Chariot energy. Let's find out why the Chariot is here. That's crossing the energy here. I do feel like a lot of us are very much feeling like in the present we feel like that's where we need to present ourselves. That's where we need to be focused on. That's what we need to show up on. The Knight of Pentacles energy. Things that's offering long-term stability and security. Things that we can rely on, depend on. It could definitely be some people coming to the energy where only person I can rely and depend on is myself. I have to show up because I can only rely and depend on myself. I told you in some ways it could be based on people who didn't show up, right? Who weren't reliable, who weren't dependable, right? Let's put it where it goes, y'all. But let me clarify this Chariot. Thank you, May. I appreciate that. Spirit, clarify the Chariot for me. The King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. Masculine or feminine. I can see this a couple of ways. Because just on a general, sorry, my weed just decided to really hit. On a general basis, if I'm just talking about generally, collectively, and I'm not assigning any gender to it, this could just simply be us being in fucking control of this Knight of Pentacles energy, right? Because the King of Pentacles manages finances and resources, right? There could definitely be an energy of realizing that you're like you are going to have to show up for yourself. You are, right? I don't know. I could feel like it's something about somebody may not have showed up. They gave somebody a ride or something too. I'm picking up on a couple things. There could definitely be a King of Pentacles that's feeling this, right? That they need to move forward. Or it's just like feeling like I have to take charge of this shit. When he draping. Look how he is draping. Now y'all know this is earth energy, right? This is about stability and abundance, right? Look how he draping in it. And I do feel like, it's not all about money. It's not, but we need it to survive. That's just the way human beings decided to create societies, right? So, like, for real, it's like there's such a potential. And I know it because I told y'all the 2 cards that came out for me when I asked Spirit to give me the energy of what we were going to be talking about is the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Earth. I feel like whatever is happening right now, whatever is presenting itself right now in the present is definitely, it's a double-edged sword, however it's going. Whether it's because something very good is happening or because something very bad is happening, it is an energy of this presenting an opportunity for people to really see some shit clearly. For sure. It is provoking some sort of energy where I need to take charge, take control. I need to manage my ish, right? if I was talking about love here, right? If I was talking about love here, there could definitely be an energy. Some of you could be an energy where somebody, there's a long-term situation with somebody, and there could definitely be an energy where it is somebody that you can. That if what's funny about it is, if I'm talking about love, and this may not be for everybody, if I'm talking about love, for some of you, this could be an energy where there's someone with the Knight of Pentacles. There's a long-term thing going on here, or there's potential for long-term. It's almost like somebody who you kind of know that you can trust, right? They have this energy. It is some sort of stability within a trust between you and them. It's like it is some sort of energy of it's them presenting themselves as somebody who you are very comfortable with. That's not like you can't trust. But like this could be the kind of person where it's like they're around, but for some reason you feel like will be here now. It's like they're never present. Like you want them to be, it's like, I don't know, are they working or whatever they're doing, but it's like they're not never there at the moment when you want them the most, right? I don't feel like it's not somebody that you can't rely on, right? Yeah, because I do feel like there's a reliability to an energy. But the problem is I feel like it's almost like, because I've had relationships like this. If I'm making any sense, like it's somebody like, yeah, I know this person love me and I know this person got my back. I know this person don't play about me, right? But if it's a certain type of busybody type, you know what I'm saying? Like it could definitely be the type where it's like, when I need them the most, right? But I ain't gonna say need them when I want them, right? When I want them to be present. Like I want you to be present now. Sometimes that just ain't possible. It'll be a busy person here, and the problem could definitely be the Chariot with the King of Pentacles. This person moving forward, just coming forward and making a fucking move. It could literally be something about traveling and moving too in this. This could definitely be somebody, and it could also be a situation too where you may be ready to bring some things together, and this person is moving slowly, and you're ready for them to go ahead and take their fucking foot off the brake or something like that. Put it where it goes, okay? Just saying. Now. But like I said, overall, there is some sort of energy of somebody like really controlling the pinnacle. Yeah, it could definitely be somebody who drives or travels. You know, I'm getting like delivery drivers, truck drivers, right? Transportation. They could do something in transportation. What's under him? Look, the Ten of Wands. Yeah. Now listen, whether I'm talking about you or I'm talking about another person and we're discussing love, there is definitely the energy here. It's presenting itself. But with the Ten of Wands, having to let the burden of some shit go, right? It's almost like knowing that you got to let some sort of burden of some shit go because you got to show up right now. You got to take charge of something. You got to move forward, right? Yes. Now, I don't know who that is. Like I said, this could be someone else or this could just be you, but I'm picking up the energy clearly of what's happening. Now, let's talk about you. Okay? Yeah, she with the ancestors now. She was a good lady. That was my girl. She was a good lady. Her and I sat out on the porch. Our porches are very close together, and she would like to just sit out on the porch. And over the years, we just became friends, and we sat out on that porch so many nights and talked about so many things. And when I lost my son, she was really good to me. Like she was. That was my girl. I'm gonna miss her. Sorry. So let's talk about where you showing up in this, okay? So let's talk about the you, because this, like I said, because the scenario could go a couple of ways. But now I'm talking about where you show up in and what you're conscious and what you're aware. And so put everything else where it might go, right? But when I came up for you, I came up with the Queen of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. I could be talking to an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I could also be talking to a Sagittarius. But the Queen of Swords also embodies this energy of this Ace of Air, right? The Ace of Swords, right? She's holding the sword. Now, this sword could simply be some mental clarity about some shit, but it could also be speaking and communication here, right? but it's also a breakthrough. It is something about decisive actions, epiphanies, sudden truths, and plans. And see, this Queen of Swords with this Wheel of Fortune is telling me, oh yes, things are going to have to change. I also feel like there's an energy of, like, with the Wheel of Fortune and this mental clarity, whatever mental clarity may be coming in for you, the person who I'm talking to. If this is not a literal communication that has come in that's letting you know that this Wheel of Fortune is changing, this is mental clarity that you have, right? Yeah, it's funny. I'm not articulate. I'm not as articulate as I would like. But it's funny how I'm kind of I'm visualizing it like you know, a lot of us, you know, most of us are drivers, but kind of the way we turn the steering wheel, like when we making a hard turn, I don't know, it just feels like, yeah, it just feels like this turn here. Mm-hmm. But the Queen of Swords, see, when I first started reading tarot, it tickled me. I used to think it was so funny because when I was learning tarot, that she had the reputation as being the bitch card in tarot, right? I thought that was so funny. And when I heard her, the way they described her about like the way she can speak and, you know, sometimes and all that stuff, I'm like, I just know I gotta have that in my chart. And I was shocked that I did it, right? Because I always kind of tickled at her. And she tickled me. And she tickled me because I am not always the Queen of Swords. I am not always the Queen of Swords. I am very much the Queen of Cups. If I love you, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have to love you either. I will mirror you what you give me. And I am naturally friendly and naturally happy. I don't walk around with an attitude. I speak to people. I smile at people. I smile at babies and animals, you know. I am the Queen of Cups. However, I dug that Queen of Swords and I just knew she was in my chart because my whole life, my mouth has always been something. But when people comment about it, like the shit you say, and this is what I would always say even before tarot, like, yeah, but they brought that out of me. They forced me to talk to them that way. Like, you know, I don't naturally do that to people, but I will. Like, I've always been an advocate of the truth. You know, the truth is not always pretty. It's not always happy. It's, you know, it just is. The truth, it just is. The truth, it just is. And like I said, the you I'm speaking to, you coming up this Queen of Swords in this read, and you can put yourself where you go with everything else I said, but you are coming up. You are feeling like me. Like, because she does make head over heart decisions, but this is what everybody seems to forget. She has a heart. She does. She's not heartless. She just have a fucking head too. She's no nonsense. And you are coming up in a very, I feel like there's, like I said, there's that mental clarity. I feel like this has a lot to do, this Ace of Air that I pre-shuffled has a lot to do with where you are. And again, it didn't have to be a literal communication, a literal communication. For some of you, it is a literal communication that's clearing some shit up, or it's literally just you having that mental clarity. But there's a breakthrough, there's that decisive action, there's the epiphany, there's the sudden truth, and then there's plans, and that's the Wheel of Fortune, like something has to change. Something is going to change. Like, you are very clear about changes. And again, that Wheel of Fortune feels like it has a lot to do with this Knight of Pentacles energy, right? This long-term stability, reliability. What's like, being able to trust and rely and depend on. The things that you can rely and depend on, and the people that you can rely and depend on, and the people that you fucking can't. Let's just be honest, right? Because there is an energy of letting some burdens go. There's definitely a big energy I'm picking up of like, in the collective, there's a big thing right now about self-reliance, right? Being able to depend on oneself, showing up for oneself, having something for oneself, for sure. Because one thing you don't want to do, as the saying goes, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And a lot of us are like that, right? A lot of us don't want to live on our knees, right? You want to be able to rely and depend on yourself, but you also want to get yourself in situations with others where that is like a given, right? And it's being very clear. It's very clear about it. Okay? Let's see who's at the door now. Look over. I think it's one of my babies. Yep, it's one of my babies. But she has keys, so she'll let herself in, and then she'll walk herself past. Why are you running? You're afraid, huh? Oh, gosh. So let's get one on this Queen of Swords. Kobe, hush! Kobe! Kobe, come here. I'm so sorry, y'all. My house is Grand Central Station. Let me get one on this Queen of Swords. Ooh, I'm right. Ooh, I'm so right. I am so right. Let me just get this together. But I'm live, okay? So watch your noise. I have a lot to tell you about what happened today. In order for you to get past me, you absolutely can. Just walk the other way around the dining room table. Can you please hurry? Because I'm right in the middle. I want to resume, but I want to let you get in. Go that way. If you let those dogs out, you better be careful because I don't know how. We watch my cords. Watch my cords. Watch my things. Hello, Rihanna. You literally messed up my camera. Literally. You unplugged my stuff, Rihanna. Oh my God. I don't know if y'all can still hear or see me. Literally, I just asked you. Let me know if y'all can see me. Lord have mercy. It's saying no. I don't know if you guys can see me yet. I can see myself again, but I don't know if you guys can. Let me know. I'm so fucking frustrated. That just frustrated the living shit out of me. I literally gave some clear instructions, like literally. See, that's when I turn into the Queen of Swords. Like how I speak clear English. Give me 2 seconds, y'all. Let me just blow that shit out. Because that just really fucking blew me. Literally just told her. Got shit off. I don't know what she did once she unplugged. Y'all give me 2 seconds. So fucking annoying. I'm going to let y'all in on a little secret. I've been motherhooding for a long time now, and I am at the finish line. And when I tell you sis is tired, sis is tired. She is tired. God. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me fix my cards. I mean, she just like a ball of chaos. Let me relax, relate, release. Let me sip a little bit of the coffee. I'm right, though. I did clarify this Queen of Swords, and I know I'm right. And forgive me, y'all, because I'm trying. She just like completely derailed my piece. When I clarified the Queen of Swords, I shit you guys not, knowing the path. This is what came out. Aligning with your purpose, accepting your story, on the right track. So this is where you're showing up in this, guys, which is good, right? This is actually awesome, because even if the energy that we talked about previous is you know what you got to do, and I feel like the Chariot could just be you implementing and moving forward. But there is, who, like I said, the you I'm speaking to, the cards clearly tell me. Like I said, that's that mental clarity. You know the path. You're knowing the path, accepting your story, on the right track, and whatever track this is that you're on, it is on the path of true love. Like now, whether that's like physical love or whatever it is, I just feel like it's being on that path of true love, right? It is experiencing wholeness, unconditional love, and long-lasting bonds, right? Didn't I talk about that? Long-lasting, reliability, unconditional love, wholeness, right? Where there is support and reliability and trust and dedication wholeheartedly with the Knight of Pentacles. Yes, you're on the path of that. You know the path. Now, you might also know the path that someone else needs to be on. Like I said, it's coming up as being very clear. It might not just be clear about your own path. You could also clearly see some of the paths for others. But again, we can't make people do what they don't want to do. We can only do what we want to do what we want to do, right? Let me get one on the Wheel of Fortune here. For the you here. Poker face and hot and cold. Okay, so you know what? These cards are telling me that I don't know, you could be dealing with a Sagittarius. There is some sort of energy here. And like I said, this feels very much about how you're going to deal with certain people or certain things with this poker face here. Because I feel like you could be wearing a poker face, right? Whatever path you're on and whatever changes you're making, you could definitely be like, again, very stoic about it, right? Like it's not something that you have to tell anybody, announce. You're not wearing it all over your face, right? But you could also be turning the corner here, right? On energies that you are finding like two-faced, right? In people that hide, like energies that hide their feelings, right? Yeah, there is some sort of energy where you're definitely knowing it's time for some sort of karmic change. It's like, it feels like it feels very karmic. It feels very much like, when I say karmic, I'm saying it in a way where like fated changes, right? Right? Like where something has to change with something, right? It's a fated change. And I feel like it's dealing with energies that you find hot and cold. Send mixed signals, inconsistency, inscrutable, or lack of clarity. See? I feel like you may feel like you know your path, right? And that there are going to be some changes, right? And whether others know it or not, because you're not showing it, you're not expressing this, you're like, for real, you're just implementing. And you could be doing this to energies that you feel like is like this, that they send you mixed signals, they inconsistency, with people that you feel like are inscrutable, or it's a lack of clarity, lack of where you stand. I'm getting a lot of energy, like energies of people that you find to be phony, right? Two-faced, right? People who hide and cold, like if it's an energy when you're dealing with somebody who hide and cold and they hide their feelings and that type of shit. For sure. It's like it's some sort of energy of like being very, very clear, having mental clarity. Like I know where I'm going, right? I know where I'm going, right? And I feel like the only change with the wheel is it's like it's gonna be a change with how you're gonna treat others that you find this way, right? You might also feel that it is time for you to start expressing yourself too. Like if some of you admit, like some of you have been like hiding your feelings, like not trying to really show what you think or not expressing something. And you may be doing this to an energy that you feel like it's hot and cold and they send mixed signals and there's inconsistency or lack of clarity. You may also feel like it is time to change that energy where you're not like you're like if you're putting on a poker face, if you know what I'm saying. Because you could definitely be, like have the mental clarity, right? You because for real, if it's that breakthrough, it says decisive action and sudden truth and plans. So let's talk about what we don't know here. A whole ball of chaos, my children. I'm telling y'all, this is, and I'm down to only 2. There's only 2 here now. There's only 2, and they are very close to adulthood. Very close. My goal is to try to start earlier because it's crazy that like unless I'm absolutely alone in this big old house, I can't guarantee peace. My house is huge. That did not have to happen, y'all. I gave her clear instructions. Just walk around this way. Be careful because I have cords. I digress. Let's talk about what we don't know. The first thing came out in the energy, what we don't know. What's going on underneath the surface is the Queen of Wands, right? I know, and the cards I mixed up. This is how they came out. This is how they actually came out. Yep. This is Aries, Leo, Sag energy. This could be you. This could be you. There could be something coming in with the Queen of Wands that is definitely like having... This is you being very motivated, driven, and determined, right? Fierce and fearless, right? Well, this could be someone else. I'm just not sure yet. For some of you, there's communication coming from a feminine energy. It's not bad though. Like there could be a feminine energy speaking something. Like it could be a conversation between 2 feminine energies where something is really going to kick off or something like that. Just I'm not sure exactly how that's going yet, but there's a Queen of Wands here. And what we got next was the 8 of Pentacles, and that's why I feel like for some of you, what you don't know is, and the 5 of Pentacles was also here. So like what's going on underneath the surface is this could definitely be what you're not clear of yet, but I do see happening is that you being like really motivated, really driven, putting a lot of energy and effort into things. I do feel like some of you is like really hustling, like to get out of debt. I don't want to say poverty, but could it be get out of poverty, get out of debt, right? But I also feel like it's leaving some sort of energies behind too. It's almost like it could be an energy like, I'm gonna be honest, like, and we all know this energy, like the energy of negativity, a lack, right? People who are like some sort of broke down, old lack, negative energy. I feel like there is an energy of leaving that behind. Yeah, and letting it be, right? And letting it be, for sure. But there could be something else going on here too. I'm just not sure yet. Let me clarify. Let me try to figure out what we got going on here. Let me see. Let me see. Let's clarify what's going on here. For some of y'all, I don't know. Because I told y'all I picked up on a little bit of that yesterday in the Pisces read. There could be something happening at work where somebody is getting sent packing. For sure. But I'm just not sure yet. So we're going to clarify and find out what's going on with everything under here. Okay? Make sure y'all throwing y'all girl the likes, if you will. All right. Let's see what's going on with this Queen of Wands here. Why is the Queen of Wands here for what's going on that we don't know, Spirit? Stalemate. A decision. Okay. Listen, for some of you, there is some sort of decision happening concerning a third party that you're unaware of. For some of y'all, something going on with a Queen of Wands external to you. Or some sort of decision is happening here. Because I have external party and I have stalemate and indecision on her. Now, some of you, I'm going to tell you flat out what you don't know yet, but I see you doing this. You are completely blocking. It feels like ignoring external parties, external situations, karmic partners, friends, family, right? I feel like you are focused on work, but it's something about you not worrying about other people, right? Something about external parties. Some of you, you are the Queen of Wands, right? Some of you, you are the Queen of Wands, and you're like definitely, you're active. You got a lot of shit going on, so you may definitely not, you may be in an energy where you just don't have time, right? Especially, like I said, with everybody being in this energy of focusing on what's in the present, there could definitely be energies because we're so focused on what is present right now and what has potential for the future. There could definitely be an energy where like blocking and not paying attention to something going on with others because external party, it's like everything is not working. I'm getting so mad. I'm trying to turn this music down and it's not moving. I've turned it all the way down and it didn't go down. I have to calm down because I'm getting so annoyed. I wanted to be able to block out some shit and stay focused, and it didn't work out. And then it's like a snowball damn effect, right? Right. So there could definitely be some sort of energy, like of having to stay focused, driven, determined, and motivated, and block out some shit with some external parties. Now, there could also be a third party situation that you are unaware of, right? There could be, I don't know, there's either someone trying to, it could be someone, let's just say we're talking about a third party situation. There could be someone trying to block and avoid that third party. Avoid and block. Could also be somebody who feels like they are at a crossroads with that energy, that they've reached a stalemate or an impasse. And there's something that there could definitely be something about somebody having some regrets about a third party situation. Let me just put it that way. Okay? Because that's how I'm seeing it. Doesn't have to be, but I'm seeing that. And y'all have to put that where that goes. I also feel like moving forward, if this is like you being very driven and motivated and determined, and you're not, like if you're blocking and avoiding and not taking action on situations dealing with external parties, it definitely feels like there's two things here. In one shape, form, or fashion, I'm picking up the strong energy of somebody who feels like they are not getting themselves involved in other people's shit, and it feels like other people's shit that don't involve them, right? Other people's situations, right? Situations that ain't got shit to do with me, right? Yes. Now, this could be happening in both ways, I'm saying, because someone could be feeling like that about a third party. They could be avoiding that entire situation. They're avoiding it, and they feel like they're at a crossroads because it's something dealing with the karmic partner, friends, family, work, other people are obligations, external parties. There could be definitely somebody regretting, right? And in terms of you, there could be somebody that has some sort of regrets with a third party now, right? For sure. But I also feel like third party, there's energies where you, the person I'm speaking to, may definitely be feeling like you don't have time for that. And the that you don't have time for could definitely have a lot of regrets and be in their feelings because of that, right? Everything changes. See, that's that wheel. That's that change. That's that change, right? Well, like the time where the time when I used to give a fuck has changed, right? right? It's this that change, like realizing that has to change. It's faded. I just feel like it could definitely be the energies where like people are feeling about others where someone pushed their luck too far, right? They pushed something too fucking far. And it's almost like one of the things where it was bound to happen. Like it was bound to happen. Like my grandmother would say, even the biggest fool wakes up sometime, okay? So let's see what this Eight of Pentacles is about. What's going on underneath here that we don't know? There's energy and effort and work being put into something. There's energies of being very much focused and perfecting one's craft, building shit up, right? It's productive as fuck. Yes, it's productivity, period. Let's see what it's about. What's going on that we don't know? Some of you, there could be something about somebody going on at work. Look, closed off. See? There's some sort of energy here. Underneath the surface, there's an energy of being very closed off, blocked off, guarded, and like focusing on perfecting some shit for once. See, I keep getting it. The stalemate, closed off, look, change. Yep. Because there's the energy of moving forward. So listen. Remember when we said that the chariot was what was the chariot with the King of Pentacles was what was crossing the energy, right? About what's presenting itself currently, what's here now that has potential, and about what's not here now that don't have potential, right? That the cycles that need to wrap up, what can blossom and bloom, what can renew, what can grow, and what is just bound to stay stuck and stagnant, right? And there was definitely an energy across that whoever it is with the King of Pentacles and the Chariot, it's like, okay, I got to take control of this motherfucking ship, right? I got to drive the boat, right? I control the coins, I control the abundance, I control the finance, and I have to very much focus on my comfort, my long-term stability, right? I'm going to have to be my own husband or be my own wife or be my own boss, right? I'm my own grandpa. And again, the you I'm talking to you are coming up is very, very clear. You know your path. Very head over heart, right? Aligning with your purpose, accepting your story, right? What you can accept about yourself. And you're on the right track. Now, underneath is coming up all the energy of like being very motivated, very driven, and very determined, but ignoring. Putting energy and effort and perfecting, but closed off and blocking. And then underneath the deck is the change card. It's Leo Cancer energy for me because it says change, but it also says courage, right? It's Cancer Leo for me. But it is something about, I always hear having the courage to change, right? Because it takes a lot of courage to change some shit, right? That's why people don't change. That's why things don't change, because it takes some courage. A coward will die 1,000 deaths, but a soldier will die once, okay? So it is something about moving forward, right? This is relocation, moving on, progress, Eight of Wands, travel, and communication. There's definitely some sort of energy like of preparing for the winter time, but it's also an energy of rebirth under there. So I have underneath here, right? And again, I don't know if this is us or someone else, but I can simply read the energy of what's going on underneath the surface, and there's a real energy of not being bothered here. Not being bothered with external parties, and it could be partners, but it's external parties, external situations, right? Being at a crossroads with dealing with that shit, and like a knot, right? It feels like very much blocking and denying access, right? But at the same time, with the Eight of Pentacles, this is definitely putting in a lot of like energy, effort, and work into something on stability, right? This is building. This is putting energy and effort into things that's going to build and grow and allow you comfort and stability. Hey, Nikki Fontaine. But there's also an energy of being very closed off, right? I told you, not fucking with somebody. It's like there's a real energy of being resistant and guarded and blocking others, right? And I gotta also be honest. I do feel like there could be someone who is very defensive and butthurt, right? Because because people are moving this way. And it's also not being bothered with people who are resistant to change, right? Resistant to change, right? People who are resistant to change. They don't have the courage to make changes, right? Who want to block and deny change and shit like that, right? Yes. Let's talk about this Five of Pentacles, because there is definitely an energy here underneath. Somebody or something is going to be left out in the cold, right? Some of us, it is just working to get out of debt, right? Put a lot of energy and effort to get out of that, to make sure that we're not left out in the cold, right? To make sure that we're not in the Five of Pentacles energy. But I also feel like it's leaving some broke down. Yep, I said it was leaving some broke down, negative, and you know what I mean, right? Like, some people you meet are the Five of Pentacles and they don't have to be poor, right? The Five of Pentacles does not have to be a poor person, right? In the words of the great philosopher Clifford T.I. Harris, this is what he says in the song. Values are in disarray, prioritizing horribly, unhappy with your riches because you're piss poor morally, right? This is the kind of energy I'm talking about, like negative, right? Look what crossed it. Release, right? Letting a negative ass go, right? This is purge, surrender, emotional release, clearing, walking away, Eight of Cups, right? So again, you can put this where this goes, because this may not be you. It's a collective energy. You may be feeling like this, and you may not know that someone else is feeling like this about an external party, right? Because I see this going a couple of ways, right? I don't feel like if I'm talking about your quote unquote person, I'm wrong. And I don't feel like if I'm talking about you, I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying? That's the funny thing about doing tarot. I have to call her back. Uh-oh. Look, and I know I'm right. Underneath the deck is the Emperor, masculine energy. Hold on a second. Just tell her I'm working.
Are you asleep?
No, I'm live on YouTube.
Oh.
Okay.
What up, YouTube?
Bye.
No, I'm about to cook, for real. I'm about to cook.
Okay, well, I'm working. Text me. All right. You see how it never ends? She doesn't live here. She moved out. But I need to FaceTime and be on the phone to walk her through cooking. Yesterday, I asked the Wayne to go to the stove for me, and she wouldn't even do it. But I digress. Hey, Big Strength. Let's see what's under the deck here. Oh, the Emperor. So listen, you put this where this goes. Because the Emperor could just be you, right? I could be just talking to you. This could just be about you, period. But I know what I'm picking up. This could just be about you, period, feeling like this, right? Like it's just time for me to take control, right? Logical, confident, assertive, and protective, right? Where you're being logical, right? But you're confident in your fucking self, and you're in this energy where you are going to be assertive, and you're also going to protect yourself, right? You could definitely be in an energy where you are ignoring the drama, ignoring the people who like drama, right? You closed off the people who resist it. You definitely in this energy of being very guarded, blocking out the bullshit, working and perfecting your craft, trying to make sure with the Five of Pentacles and release, right? Trying to make sure that you're not the one in lack and poverty, right? And also releasing, like I said, the negative Nancy ass energies that may be around you. When I'm looking at surrender with the Five of Pentacles, it's almost like, all right, you win, right? Negative Nancy, you right. You win, right? Everything is fucked up. Nothing ain't your fault. Ain't shit fair. You right. You win. I surrender, right? Right? You know what I'm talking about. Like I said, it feels like There could be some sort of energy. I'm just going to say it, and I don't know who energy this is, and I don't know who is dealing with this, but I am picking it up. And like I said, it does not have to be an energy you're dealing with. You never know. That's the awesome thing about what I'm doing right now. But somebody is tired of somebody negative, dramatic ass. This is the energy I'm picking up. Somebody is just fucking tired of it. You win. You win. You got it. Right? You got it. Let me just go ahead and get focused on what I got to get focused on. Let me go ahead and work on my shit. I'm going to let you have the woe is me, right? For sure. Now, again, let's say for argument's sake, I was talking about a masculine energy because again, y'all know I do have the King of Pentacles here with the Chariot was crossing. I do have a Queen of Swords here for the you I'm representing. So I could absolutely be talking about relationship here. I could see there could be a masculine energy that is actively ignoring a feminine energy. Someone that someone may see is very dramatic, very chaotic, very negative. I'm also getting like always got their hand out, right? This could be someone telling somebody no, they're not going to give them any money. They're not going to do this and that, right? They're avoiding someone. This could be someone that is working a lot. Someone could definitely work a lot just to avoid being around the energy. It could be someone feeling like this again about a third party, because I feel like it could be the kind of energy where somebody always got some shit going on with third parties. And I don't mean like cheating and stuff. It could be like somebody who just always have a lot of drama going on, and it could be somebody who like not involving themselves with with that person's situations and obligations with other people. And yeah, okay. Yeah, let people themselves. You right. Hey, Kelly. There's definitely, this is going on underneath the surface. Whether this is you doing this and you're unaware that this is what, like, where this is going, or whether you're unaware this is happening in other situations, right? There's definitely somebody here. Yep. Look, under the masculine energy, look what's under it. Separation. Look, 5. Look, ain't this the same shit? 5 of Pentacles and the 8 of Cups with the release, and then under the masculine energy, separate. So whether this is you deciding it's time for you to focus on your fucking self and separate, or this is someone else, it says separation. It could be lost love, longing, abandoned, divorce, broken dreams, heartbreak, grief, but it is separating here. Okay, period. Distancing yourself, as my family will call it. It's time to distance yourself. My grandmama was a firm believer that seldom visits make longer friends. And she said, unless somebody see you, the more they like you. Don't break your neck running up in nobody's face and bothering people. Let it be a treat when they see you, right? And she wasn't wrong, though, because you never really know what's going on with, how people really feel. People wear false masks and poker faces. So let's go ahead and talk about what happened in the recent past, so we could talk about the near future, what we should expect in the near future. The recent past is the 9 of Wands. So I already know. This is the wounded warrior. This is someone who's been in the battle, right? Now, what's funny about this being in the recent past, that with the King of Pentacles here that was crossing the Chariot, about moving forward, taking control, like getting this money together and really moving forward and guiding and steering the ship, the 10 of Wands was under that deck. So I know that, like, the recent past is the 9 of Wands. It makes sense, because in the recent past, this was someone who was still in the battle. But again, this is somebody letting that shit go, right? Letting it go. I'll pull 1 on the 9 of Wands, even though, like, I know no matter how it was going, this is the wounded warrior. This is the battle. This has been going through the battle, right? But this wounded warrior still does have, like, they still got strength in them yet, Flipped in my hand. Look like a Queen of Swords. I could definitely be talking to you. Put it where it goes. Or somebody been in a battle with a Queen of Swords. Give me one for this. Here we go. 6 of Wands. Like I said, you got it. That's how I feel. 5 of Wands. Yep. I feel like this is almost with the 6 of Wands, because this is victory, success, and acknowledgement. It's almost like I feel like somebody's telling me, like, you got it. You win. Yep, with the Five of Wands and the Devil, right? The chaos, the drama, the toxicity, right? I do feel like there's a recognition of this with the Six of Wands. I also feel like it could be dealing with somebody who was just like, it almost feels like dealing with a situation where somebody demands a lot of attention, somebody acts a lot out of ego. Like the Six of Wands is pride and ego, that defensive ass energy, right? And it's been like some sort of battle dealing with that. I feel like somebody throwing up their hands like you got it, but they also acknowledging, like with the Five of Wands and the Devil, like with the Five of Wands, this is drama and chaos and toxicity. And I also feel like there's an energy of knowing that whatever we're talking about in this situation, there was like being pulled back into it. See, this is what somebody is separating from. Somebody is separating from somebody that always seems to pull them back into some sort of drama or chaos. And like I said, it could be things about external parties too, right? This is how I'm seeing it. I do feel like there's definitely something about pride and ego and attention, the center of attention. Like, I don't know. I feel like somebody could be dealing with the kind of person that'll just like, and it may not be like this literally, but like I just stand up in the middle of the room and say some shit that has caused a lot of chaos, right? Like somebody who likes chaos and drama. And it's like something about ego and pride and attention. And because I feel like somebody is definitely in the energy where they're going to ignore that now. See? Yeah. There's something about somebody always being able to pull somebody into it, and somebody liking some sort of toxicity and liking to pull others into it, right? So let's talk about this near future. Because the near future is the Knight of Wands, and I'm just not sure why the near future is the Knight of Wands. But the Knight of Wands is movement, very fast-paced movement. Now this could be, we all know this is player energy, right? The Knight of Wands could be rushing in and out, right? This is the opposite of the Knight of Pentacles. This is not energy that you can rely on and shit like that. Or I don't know if this is just like some shit gonna pop off and it's gonna be some quick movement. I'm not sure why the Knight of Wands is here for the near future. But I also got the Six of Swords. So those are two cards of movement, right? Fast movement. I feel like in the near future, whatever we're dealing with here, there's physical movement involved with it because there's two cards that move, period. Now, I'm just not sure where this is landing. And we're going to find out. So, let me see. Yeah. Let me clarify this Knight of Wands in the near future. What's this Knight of Wands about in the near future, Spirit? The world. So, listen. The world is already at the bottom of the original deck we started with, remember? Yeah, and Judgment is under here. Big old wake-up call, big old realizations, big old revelations, big old decisions being made here, right? The world could be messages. Under that is the Magician. Now, the only reason why I'm going back under this original deck is because I just saw the world again, and that's where we started, right? I never did look under the world before. But with the world and the Knight of Wands here again, this feels like movement. Now, listen, there could be a complete motherfucking cycle wrapping up. Like, it could be the end of dealing with Knight of Wands energy, right? The Knight of Wands energy is the opposite, right? Because in the present, we're thinking about long-term security. Didn't I say something about who will be there when you need them, right? Who is here now? Who will be there when you need them? Who will show up and be present if you needed them? Who can you rely on? Who you can depend on? What can you rely on? What can you depend on? What is present now that offers long-term security and stability, right? What can blossom and bloom, and what can only stay stuck or stagnant or keep you stuck and stagnant? So there is some sort of energy with the world and the Knight of Wands. For one, there is some sort of energy where the entire cycle of dealing with energies with the Knight of Wands, like I said, this could be people who are reckless, impulsive, right? People who you can't rely on, people who are in and out. The complete cycle of dealing with that could be wrapping up. I also feel like there could also be some things that pop off very quickly. This could definitely be like having to travel very quickly. Someone could literally, like I said, I got that delivery energy earlier too. Because the world with the Knight of Wands could be somebody, I don't know if, like I said, transportation, travel, delivery. It could be something about a trip, something planned very fast. There could also be a message that comes in. And with the Knight of Wands, like I said, you may have to really move fast. Things might take off really quickly, right? It's almost like a message could come in. And the message is going to come in about a cycle that is closing out. And once that message comes in about a cycle closing out, it's almost like some things could take off really quickly. It could be like some things happen very fast as well. Seven of Swords. Some of you, you are planning. You got a plan. This is you planning to wrap up some sort of cycle with Knight of Wands energies. For sure. Some of you, the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Wands is just the same fucking energy. Sneaky, deceptive, reckless, impulsive is completely wrapping up. Some of you, you don't know. You don't know that a cycle is wrapping up with a Knight of Wands. You don't. And you won't know until this message comes in. You could be receiving a message that a cycle is wrapped up with a Knight of Wands. Look, I know I'm not wrong. Seven of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. See, it's something about some sort of third party because there's a Three of Cups under there. I see it both ways. I'm not sure. I mean, I am sure, but I see it a couple of fucking ways here. Some of you are going to be very strategic, and I feel like you are going to ignore that Knight of Wands energy. I do feel like there's going to be energies that may try to rush in, shake your concentration, shake your peace. But it's something about the cycle wrapping up of you, like, even giving a fuck or dealing with it. Especially if it's energies that you feel like are very chaotic and they bring chaos into your life. But I could see somebody definitely wrapping up some sort of cycle and getting away from a feminine energy. Let me see what I get with a different deck on this Knight of Wands in the world. Spirit for the near future for the Knight of Wands in the world here. Give me one for the world. And the Knight of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune. There we go again. Archangel Jeremiel. New beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Somebody might be rushing the fuck away, right? For real. I keep feeling that, like grabbing that steering wheel and doing a complete fucking U-turn under his divine guidance. Archangel Sandalphon. In search of the meaning of life, consider the alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers and friends. I'm telling you, there's some sort of karmic change here. Dealing with certain kind of energies, for sure. Let's see what this Six of Swords is about. Because that's literally moving. Like I said, it came out to me the last time I did a read when the Six of Swords came out. It came out so much deeper than it ever did before as a reader. Because I realized, like, with the water and the swords, this is like when you are mentally and emotionally over something. Like when you are finally able to get over it, right? You are mentally and emotionally. Water under the bridge. That's what I heard, right? But given that I already have the Knight of Wands and the World and literally the Wheel, there's something here about movement and travel. Okay? Hey, Nikki Nicole. So let's see what the Six of Swords is here for in the near future. Why is the Six of Swords here? I do feel like there's an energy of having that mental clarity about shit. Again, there's mental clarity and there's also emotional clarity. It's all over this read. What's the Six of Swords about? And I'm gonna tell you something else. Having that mental and emotional clarity, and being able to move forward like this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is the Ace of Earth. This is why there's some real stability. I see the stability coming in. I see it. Give me something for the Six of Swords. It's presenting itself with an opportunity to really get some shit together. Stable romance, new financial start, prosperity, rewards, long-term security. And look what the fuck I just said. Didn't I just fucking say it, y'all? Look. Whatever it is as a collective that this mental clarity is about, however this mental clarity is coming in. Like I said, whether it's a literal communication that's providing all the clarity that someone needs, right? It could be the Ace of Swords, the yes somebody been waiting on, the breakthrough that's going to allow them to make this, that's going to allow them to take decisive action, or it's literally the mental clarity, like getting the message, the communication, like getting the breakthrough where it's time to make decisive, take decisive action. There's epiphanies, sudden truth, plans. There's all this mental clarity, and again, because it's there, didn't I tell you this is why it's leading to the Ace of Earth? This is why with the Six of Swords, it's like now that somebody has this mental clarity about some shit, right? Mentally and emotionally, right? It's being in a much better place about some shit. Seeing some shit really clearly and being in a better place about it. It's offering this opportunity here for this Ace of Pentacles. And again, I told y'all see me holding this card in the beginning. The thumbnail is me holding these cards. I asked Spirit to clarify, give me 2 cards on what we were going to talk about. And it came up Ace of Air and Ace of Earth. Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. This is headed right to it, right? So however this is shaking out, this is leading to this Ace of Pentacles. This is where someone is going. Look, 7 of Pentacles, and that's that energy of being able to invest, right? Moving towards an Ace of Pentacles where there's energy where you can invest and watch something grow, right? For sure. Yep, 2 of Pentacles. Some of us, we got a couple of options here. 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. For some of us, there are a couple of options. Good ones. Choices, options, things to consider. Because there's like exciting and new things coming in. You're going to have to use your intuition. Pisces, y'all in the building. The High Priestess and the Ace of Wands. Oh, hell yes. And the Ace of Swords is under the Ace of Wands. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Let me get one more. I do feel like the collective is probably getting this divine guidance right now. Searching for the meaning in life. Considering alternatives, surrounding yourself with wise teacher and friends. Again, but these are people that you can rely on, right? And that you can trust and that you can depend. That's not just fucking talking because it's free, right? That's not just keeping up a lot of fucking drama. And let's get one for the Six of Swords and this Ace of Pentacles here for the near future. The Queen of Raphael, which is the Queen of Cups. Kind, understanding, giving, psychic. Follow your heart. A love of home and family. Trustworthy psychic information. Y'all better listen to me. Y'all just remember who told you. Like I said, just remember who told you. And then here's the Ace of Swords. Don't you just love it? Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat? Do you see that shit? Don't you feel like a pony when you sweat? The Ace of Michael, a wonderful new idea. Don't allow bumps in the road to hinder your progress. Clear up communication problems with others. But this Ace of Swords, this is you having mental clarity about it. This is about you communicating clearly like I fucking said. I feel like with this Queen of Cups, for first of all, I feel like the cards are just confirming what I told you. Just like I titled it, just remember who told you. Just remember who told you, okay? In the words of Tina Turner's mother, don't you forget about those that helped you get to where you are. I love me some Jennifer Lewis. Oh, I love her. The Queen of Cups definitely gives me the energy where, again, having this mental clarity, having this communication, like being this certain about knowing your path, aligning yourself with your purpose, accepting your story, is putting you on the right track. You want to be the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Pentacles because this means that you can put your heart into what you love, right? Like you love what you do and it provides you with stability, right? You could put your heart into things that are stable, right? whether this is work or love. Because remember, the Ace of Earth here on Manifest does say stable romance, new financial start, prosperity, rewards, and long-term security. Okay? For sure. If you are coming up in the Queen of Swords in the present, which means that you're making head over heart decisions because you know the path, and in the near future, with the Six of Swords, you're on the path. You're going to the Ace of Cups, to the Queen of Cups, where because you made head over heart decisions, you can now love. You can put love into the Ace of Pentacles, into something new that's stable, right? You don't have to be the Queen of Swords in the near future, because you can be kind and understanding and giving. You're going to use your intuition, follow your heart. Again, a love of home and family, trustworthy and psychic information, okay? And for some of you, there is some sort of communication coming from a feminine energy that is helping provide this, okay? Whether this is someone calling about a job or calling about anything, or this is just simply you listening to me. There's a feminine energy that could definitely be providing you with communication that is helping with this. And you also may be getting communication that something is happening to a feminine energy as far as like being sent packing or set free or be released, okay? Especially if it's somebody who has that Knight of Wands energy. So I have Sagittarius energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. I have Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. I have Cancer in particular. I have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I also have fire, Aries, Leo, Sag. That's everyone. The gang is all here. So that is the read for the collective. I hope you guys got something good out of it. I definitely feel like I got something out of it. I hope it resonates. I am thinking of doing Q&A. I'm going to try it. I'm just going to try it for try its sake. I don't know if I'm going to go do immediately after this stream. If there's anybody in the chat that wants to, that's for sure that they want to do it, I can do it like right now. But I could also plan it and do it a little later on in the evening just to check. And depending on what I do, I'll maybe do a Pisces read. I've been wanting to do some other signs, so maybe I'll tinker with that as well. But like, give me your feedback. I would love to know what you guys are interested in hearing about, okay? I thought about doing a you versus them for Pisces. I did think about doing that earlier. So that's something I'm considering. But I thank you guys so much for kicking it with me, for trusting me, for believing me, for allowing me the opportunity. I hope something that I said gave you peace, love, light, clarity. I am offering private readings. I am very open for booking. If you're interested in booking me, you have to email me at fortheloveofwatertarot@gmail.com. I am also going to go live and try to do the Q&A, see if anyone is interested in that. If you want to catch that, I am offering mini reads for bookings. When I'm not on the live, it's the same price. But again, because I'm not live, turnaround time is 24 to 48 hours. I thank you guys for sticking it out with me. I thank you guys for praying for me, for sending me positive energy. I thank you for kicking it with me. Even if you've never, ever been able to book me and you've never even interacted with me online, but you listened, I appreciate that. That is still support. I appreciate the likes. I even appreciate the dislikes because, you know, we live in the age of the internet where nothing is really real, so all attention is good attention, right? Ain't that some sick, sad shit? But yes, I appreciate the dislikes too, okay? But yes. Yeah, I feel like it's already in the air. I feel like it's already in the air in the collective. I feel like that's already, if there's already an awareness to stay away from some negative people. Whether someone is getting the information, like if they're, like whether there's this mental clarity about it or if it's literally something that they're hearing or seeing. But there's a concerted effort to get away from negative people and negative situations and energies, like I said, where there's no reliability, there's no trust, right? Can't depend on them and that type of ish. Okay? All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. Going to figure out something to eat, and then we'll see where everything goes. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to do a Pisces read, but I may also do a couple of other signs, and I'll just I'll just upload them and put them on the channel. Like, I'll just pre-record them and upload them, and then you just have to check them out, okay? Again, I love you guys so very much. Please continue to take care of yourselves. Please continue to take care of the ones that you love and the ones that love you back, okay? And I'll see you guys very, 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 very soon, okay? Stay safe. Bye, my beautiful soul tribe.